Hey guys, it's Matt here. It is Wednesday, June 24th. And two trades, two winners today. One was really small. The other one was actually a pretty nice little bounce trade. Um, both pretty quick, but we'll cover those really briefly and then get the hell out of here. So I was watching INO mostly today just because I like the movement. The other things that were on the list to begin the day, just really not all that impressive. You can see what my watch list looked like by the end of the day. Some of these got added in later. CTIB was on the list early. IPDN was on the list early, and then INO, and then added some of these HHT, BCDA, PLUG. I ended up adding later just because it keeps popping up on all the scans. JFIN, I can't remember. That might have been there early too, but um, and then just so you know, like I always keep the SPY just to kind of get a general overall feel for the markets at on my watch list there. That's down here on my lower screen though, on my laptop screen. So sat on my hands first 2 minutes. The third minute there, thought I was catching a pretty good bounce here in at 21.44, and it did pop up here. I mean, you can see it. Closed a little higher than that. I don't remember whether I had an order or not. Let's look at that. Why is that doing that? Yeah, so it looks like that's my buy order there. No, I think that's pretty much it. So I got in here at 32, and then actually I had a sell order at 21.53 right here somewhere, um, just to kind of get out because I didn't like the way it looked, and then it rolled over, got down here, so I kind of sat through all this. Hesitated on an ad down here. Again, I'm hesitating on that a lot lately. I think just still a little gun shy from what happened with Wafu a couple weeks back, where I added and then it just kept plummeting. I didn't think INO had the power or the ability to just keep tumbling down, but you never know. This one seems to kind of bounce around quite a bit and get pretty range bound because I had some good trades on this months ago, uh, and have been kind of keeping an eye on it ever since. I like the action. It's a little slower moving since it's a little higher float, um, but it still moves quite well. So it's kind of nice for a newer trader, I think, um, and it's kind of a little easier to see what's going on. But anyway, sat through this and ended up just getting out here mostly because I wasn't sure this was going to keep going up, obviously, or I would have held it. Um, I just wanted to get out with my ass intact. So got out here at 53, and that was worth like $2.50 or something. Which, yeah, in hindsight, I was kind of frustrated because I was like, oh, I could have held it maybe up until I could have held it up until at least the high of day here, which it tapped and then came back down, right? But I was actually more thinking, that we're below both the moving average and VWAP there, and I just didn't trust that it was going to just hit its head here and roll back over. So um, I'm not I'm not unhappy with the getting out there. So anyway, I watched it, hesitated on any of these pullbacks here, and then ended up getting a nice little dip trade here. Just watching a sharp drop and trying to catch that. So got in here at 23.44, and then pretty much instantly popped back up and got out at 71 there. So this time with 100 shares. The first trade was 50 shares. This one was 100 shares. So that was worth like, I don't know, $29 or something like that. So about 31.50 at the end of the day. Um, I watched the rest of this action. It did have some pretty good bounces, but I just wasn't. I'm not looking to rack up a bunch of commissions right now with this account. I kind of want to take what I see are the setups I'm confident in. That doesn't always work out as shown over here. But ones like this, where I think like, okay, this what I'm seeing right now is what I want to do, and I want to get a good 30 cents out of it, or something like that, or even more. And there's little stuff in here I can play. I mean, I could have played a little bounce here and a pop up here. I mean, those are not bad plays, except that I feel like eventually you're going to start to chop some up, and with the way commissions are in this account right now, especially with my share size compared to the commissions, because right now I got 295 per order, and my shares are really small, just based on what I'm comfortable with right now, and so commissions are a large part of are eating up a large part of my profits. So once I start to size up a little bit, then I'll be more confident uh, in taking some of these I shouldn't say smaller. They're not necessarily smaller bounces, but um, just continuing to play more throughout the day, because then the commissions will be a smaller part of my situation. But if I take a few bounce trades that just barely break even, or just barely get me a small profit with the way commissions are right now, unless I'm trading higher shares, this doesn't make sense. So I sat through the rest of this and didn't take anything for the rest of the morning. There were a couple things that were hitting the halt scanners. I don't remember what they were. WINS was one of them, and then there was another one that popped up there at the end of the day that I actually took an eye. I kept an eye on. So WINS was shooting up and halting on very low volume, and I was not interested. It was ugly the way that thing was moving. Um, but there was another one that popped up. I can't remember what it was. Let's look it up. Fuck it. It was, I believe. Yeah, just see, look at how long this WINS kept holding. Oh, I think it was Duo that I looked at, because it actually on this first halt down here, wherever it was, this guy, um, it actually had some decent volume before the halt, and then after the halt, let's check that out really quickly. So here's that first halt at 10:25, and don't think I was paying attention yet here, or maybe I was. I'm trying to remember this in hindsight. Yeah, there wasn't really enough volume there. It was definitely after this one. So there was actually a nice bounce here before it ended up rolling over, but I just didn't get a fill here. In fact, I didn't actually even ever hit the button, because it popped up really quick, and I wasn't really sure what to expect. So that candle did have some good volume on it, but obviously then it halted going down, and then that's when I wrapped up my system. I was like, all right, I'm getting the hell out of here. So anyway, so up a little over 30. Obviously, with commissions, it's gonna be less than that. So commissions are gonna be $12 probably. So I'll be down around $20 for the day net. Um, but did increase share size. So it took one of those trades at 100 shares on INO. So that was kind of my goal for the day, is to start stepping back up on share size, because that's gonna be important as I go forward here. I do want to get back up to where my default share size is 300 shares. So oops, let's clear that. I did want to show you this. So my goal after god damn it, my my goal after my blow ups here on, I think, the 9th, 5th and the 9th. That's when I took those kind of big loss days. My goal after this week was just to go green, see if I could go green the rest of the month. Now this is gross profit, because I don't have TraderView set up to do my commissions yet, and mostly because I don't really care if it's tracking that. I can look at my account balance and see that. Um, so yeah, you can see I'm doing pretty well. This is grayed out just because I didn't actually take any trades on the 22nd, so I consider that a green day because it's not a red day. So just a few days left in the month. Hopefully, I can continue green streak here and continue. Um, well, I don't remember what I was going to say. I can continue. Oh, increasing share size. You can see so far with this account, I'm gross. I'm down $36. Net, it's down way more than that because of all the commissions and everything. But per share, I'm back to break even, which I'm keeping an eye on this because you can always adjust your position size, right? But whether or not you're actually gaining on a per share basis or not is important. And until that Wafu trade, I was doing that, I believe. So let's do this. Let's filter. Where was Wafu? The ninth. Yeah. So I was plus 9 cents per trade per share, right? And then after Wafu, I went negative, and I don't know that I ever got over break even at that point. I was down 4 there, and then yeah, I've been fighting my way back ever since. It's been slow but sure, but that's what happens. You take a big hit like that Wafu trade. That was a disaster. I just went back and looked at that before I did the video, just because I was like, what the hell happened? There had to be something I could have done, and no, it was just I just got caught in a downward, just a plummet, and there's nothing I was going to do about it. So um, I could have maybe wiggled my way out of it a little bit better, but it's easy to see that in hindsight. But anyway, that's where I'm at right now. So hopefully, maybe tomorrow, depending what happens, I'll be I'll be positive on the per share basis. I'm just hitting a bunch of random buttons now. I'll be positive on a per share basis, and then be able to keep climbing from there. And again, increasing share size, and then getting back to where I'm actually making some profit building this account. So I do want to keep an eye on at the end of the month here, the fees are going to come out, and with a small account like this, that matters. So fees are going to be, I don't know, a couple $100. I forget what the fees actually are, but there's the $2,500 threshold that I have to keep an eye on. Um, right now, my account's at 2664. So, the $2,500 threshold for CMEG is what that's the kind of the break point between getting your 6-to-1 margin, and then I think the next step down below a $2,500 account is like 4-to-1 margin. I don't think I'm actually using that much that much more. I know I'm not at this point. I mean, I'm only trading like 50 shares, but where that really comes in helpful is if you get stuck in a one that's going against you and you're trying to add to your position to work your way out of it. That's when that leverage really comes in. So I'm trying not to drop below that, but like I said, it might not matter. But anyway, something to consider. So, all right, guys, I'll be back tomorrow, and we'll do this all over again.